Hey everyone, it's Tyler Binkley here, and we are looking at looping conditional code. And this is found in the conditional code chapter of Learn to Code 1. So continuing on here, if you haven't seen my first two videos with conditional code on using else if and checking for switches, it would definitely be helpful. Since conditional code, you need to know what conditional code is to be able to do looping conditional code. And I talk about that in those first two videos. So here we go. Looking at the map here, looking at the goal, it says using an if statement inside a loop to toggle a switch or collect a gem. And so, we're really building off of what we've done in the past few sections. It says in this puzzle, there are 12 tiles containing a gem, a switch, or a portal. If there is a gem on the tile, collect it. If there is a closed switch, toggle it. If there's a portal, simply move forward. Watch the wireframes when you run the puzzle. They show the possible items that might appear. Instead of writing a long series of if statements, you can combine the power of conditional statements with loops and write your logic inside a for loop. And because the tile might contain a gem, a switch, or neither, this is a great opportunity to use an else if block to check another condition. So, number one says, in the for loop below, add an if statement after move forward to check is on gem or is on closed switch. So the whole point here is that, if we go back to this section, we made our very first else if, or I should say if/else if statement where we had two conditions because we didn't know if these were going to be a gem or a switch. And notice we had to copy it twice in a row, right? Like we had to do the same thing 2 times in a row. And if I go back one more section, on this one, even though it was a slightly easier conditional code, we had to do the same thing 3 times. Like you can see, there's the one, there's the second one, and there's the third one. So copying and pasting is great. At least makes it a lot easier. But this section is trying to teach us that we can use a loop. And you know what? We should know all about loops if we did the previous chapter for loops, because loops make life easier as well. And so, when I originally look at this, so remember, like a loop needs a number in this box. It even tells us that. And my initial gut is to say, okay, well, we are checking. It looks like if I run this, it's not going to let us run it until we put a number in our loop. For me, I think all of these are going to be random tiles. I think that's pretty much what this chapter is saying. Okay. So we don't know if there's going to be a gem or a switch that shows up on any of these tiles. So it's not like I can just move forward and say collect gem right now, because it can switch as soon as I am able to press run my code. So my immediate gut is, okay, count the number of tiles that we have total in this map, right? Like I see in the first row right in front of me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems, right? But really there's like 6 spaces on that row. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the next one. So my gut is to take 6 plus 6 and try 12. And you know what? If that's too high, fine. If it's too low, so what? We can always change it in the future, right? And if I run it right now, it's just going to move forward 12 times, and I'll just speed it up. But notice what it did there. If I hit stop and run my code one more time, it's randomizing every tile. I was right. So we really just don't know what it's going to be. If it's going to be a gem or a switch or already open switch. So we're going to have to do our conditional code. And this is what we learned on the last section. So if you did not watch my video in the last section, check it out. But we are going to tap on the word if. So I added the if statement down below like it told me to. I'm tapping on the word if so that I can add else if, the second option. And we're doing the exact same condition that we did last time. If it's on a gem, we want it to always collect the gem. Now, if you do what I just did, mine did not go in the code box. That's going to cause for a error. So I'm going to delete that. Well, it's making me delete it a few times. I'm going to make sure my box that says code is blue. It's really important. So if I'm on a gem, I want to collect the gem. However, we don't know if it's going to be a gem or a switch. And the only kind of switch we really care about is a closed switch. If it's an open switch, we just keep moving forward. We don't really care. I mean, it's already open. So if it's on a closed switch, we're going to toggle the switch. And now here's the beautiful thing. We just made that conditional code one time inside of this for loop. If I tap on the word, you can see the bracket down here. That's to close this for loop. So this for loop is really for all of this, and it's going to do it the number of times that I said, which was 12. So if I run this right now, okay, move forward. It's checking. Okay. Oh, it's on a closed switch. Toggle it. Okay. It's looping back again. This is second time. It said, oh, it's on a gem, so collect it. All right. Oh, wait, it's on a closed switch, so toggle the switch. Now look, this one's already open. I should just ignore everything. Yep. Okay. It's going to go back to the loop and move forward. Now we get to the blue portal. So that just moves us forward facing the same direction. All of these next three are already open. So they should just get skipped because they're not closed. They're open already. And so my conditional code is working beautifully. It's looking for the condition. If the condition is met, meaning if it's on a gem, it's going to collect it like that one just did. Or if it's on my closed switch, it's going to toggle it like it just did. And so that's the beauty of conditional code being entwined with a loop. And there you go. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks.